All right, so I'm here with John. Do you want to tell the camera or tell the people your full name?
Yeah, John Baldassari.
And what is your occupation, John?
I'm a landscape contractor.
And what is your family? How big is your family?
I obviously have a wife and 3 children, 1 son-in-law, and 1 soon-to-be daughter-in-law.
Very good. And how long have you been with A Baby's Breath?
I've been active with the golf outing for 9 years. I've been on the Independence Board since its inception, and I believe it's been about 5 years since the Independence, maybe a little longer.
Okay. Are you just a part of the Independence program? Is that?
The Independence program was started by a very generous benefactor that asked us to give us his group of donators an alternative, believe it or not, to a pro-life stance. So you know as well as I do, the Independence program supports the children that have been born and that are here and their mothers are struggling and they need help. And that's what we do. And we don't just write checks to them. They have to earn points to get the dollars. We call them points. And that correlates to a dollar figure. And it could be for anything. It could be for a car payment, a rent payment, but it goes directly to the entity that needs the money. We don't just write checks to the people.
Because then you're just accepting something like government subsidies, food stamps or whatnot to help you.
We are committed to making them independent, to earn what you get. The welfare system fails them miserably because they never get enough traction to get out of that. And we have some very huge success stories. And other people are more articulate with that, but I can tell you 2 or 3 of our girls are in their own business.
Yeah, that's positive here. I've heard stories about it, and it sounds like, yeah, your goal with an independence program is to not need an independence program. Goal of welfare is to keep you on welfare. Goal of independence program, to be independent.
And the great thing about our organization is that we have graduates of the program that are now mentoring girls that are in the program. You can't ask for anything better than that they're coming back and helping.
You have people who have advice on how to be independent.
Yes.
To those.
Yes.
Okay.
They lived it.
That's good.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a fraternal or, passing on of information from one person to another is really helpful. Because not everyone knows what it's like to be, needing of independence programs and welfare. So
most of the girls we're getting, their husbands or boyfriends have abandoned them. They have children that are in need, and we're there. We're there to help them.
Yeah. So how much time would you say your volunteer time takes in a week?
Well, believe it or not, in a week, well, that's going to be hard to quantify. The golf outing takes the most of our time. It is a daunting effort, and Jim and Megan have taken I was the chair for 5 years with Marsha Warner for a few of those years, but it's not an easy endeavor, and it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. And so I would say if you're going to put it all together, because we meet quarterly. The Independence Board meets quarterly. We meet for an hour and a half, and then the golf outing, I would say it takes a little bit of time. Probably if you were to average it out, a couple hours a week.
Okay. But it's more concentrated the day of, like.
Oh yeah, we're here I got here at 7, and we'll be here once everything's wrapped up, probably 5 or 6 or whatever.
So 1 or 2 12-hour days a year?
Yeah, no big deal. No big deal.
Big deal. Well, why do you do that? Why do you volunteer your time for this?
Well,
seems like it takes away from your family, doesn't it?
Well, they're here. My daughter's here with the putting contest. My wife just came for dinner. So we're as a family, we're involved. My son-in-law played today. So it's not taking me away from, it took me away from work today, but it doesn't take me away from my family. Yeah, well, I'm okay. For one day, I think I can handle that.
Okay. What do you try to accomplish with the the tasks you have with your volunteer position. Big picture, what is it you want to accomplish with the Independence Program? And then day to day, what do you want this day to do?
My goal always, that's always been, whatever we do, I want to put as much money into the account as we can to open the door for, right now I made a presentation in front of the group that started this program. Their $10,000 donation started the Independence Program. They have now donated, committed to $10,000 for 4 years, taking care of the 4 girls we have in the program until they graduate. So now this money will go into the coffers, and if we can get 4 more girls right away, but again, they have to qualify, that we don't just, take them off the street. They need to want to do this. You can't, it's heartbreaking to see how many people don't want to put the effort into bringing themselves up. They take. And we've hit a home run on a couple of the girls that are really motivated. And again, I told you, they're coming back to mentor the new people.
Has your time, I guess you've already explained it, has your time with A Baby's Breath been successful?
Well, I believe so. I always like to say, I have special permission from my pastor at Visitation Church, Father Bob Gross, to sell tickets for the helicopter drop every Sunday for 4 Sundays before the outing. And, it's a generous thing. Not everybody lets us do it. And if it gets us to our goal, the more money we make, the more girls we help.
Okay. If you said that you had to retire today from A Baby's Breath, say you got too tired or something like that, and you needed to replace somebody with you, how would you convince them? How would you advise? What's one word of advice you would give them?
Well, I can say to you that it's rewarding. It's exhausting at times, but it's rewarding in the end to see them succeed. And that's all we want.
And have you ever had a case where you felt like you didn't succeed, but you still kept encouraged by what you were doing?
Oh yeah. Yeah, because the one that does succeed keeps you going. It only takes one life. You save one life, one at a time. That's all it takes.
It's true.
Yeah.
One life is all it takes.
Yep.
Well, thank you, John. Thank you
you.
for coming and having an interview here.
Thank you.
Appreciate your words of encouragement.